What's up, Internet? Advantageous here. I'm back with another post-commentary Wi-Fi battle. This time I'm bringing my UU team, and this time I did switch the items up a little bit. I gave Hydreigon choice specs and my Tornadus choice scarf. So this is odd battle, mostly PU, as you can see. Couple OU mons that Ninetales is drought. Spoiler alert. So I'll get this battle started off here. I am leading with my Tornadus. It's choice scarf, so obviously it's going to outspeed anything. Then he leads off with Darmanitan, which is kind of scary, but I knew that I was scarfed and like I'm super fast, so I know I'll outspeed. So I actually make like a really bold play right off the bat, and I actually wanted to get rid of its scarf because I knew that I could outspeed it and get rid of it, and Tornadus is more of like a utility mon anyways, so if I could have gotten rid of it, it would have been great, but it switches out. So I switch into Florges on this Rotom. So I didn't know what it wanted to do to me. It goes for the Reflect, which is interesting, because normally these things, I guess it's just to make it even more defensively bulky. Probably, you know, Will-O-Wisp, max defense bold with Reflect. It's just a big middle finger to physical attackers. But luckily I'm a special attacker, so it goes for the overheat here. I guess just wanting to put a dent in my Florges. But yeah, this thing is definitely like, especially it's bulky. Again, like the other battle I had with the Rotom Wash, this thing's definitely bulky. So I get all my health back, and I'm not worried about this burn. I do have aromatherapy, but I'm not too concerned about it because Forges, you know, doesn't really care about the burn. So Rotom, realizing that it can't really touch me, goes for the Volt Switch, switches out onto something that can handle me a little better, goes into the Ninetales, which was semi-questionable play. Because I mean, like, it's powerful, you know, in the sun. You know, Fire Blast is going to hurt no matter what. But I'm like max special defense calm, so it's just not going to do that much. So I go for the Wish here, and that gives me, you know, options on my next turn. So it goes for the Flamethrower, and look at that. That's a sun boosted Flamethrower from a Ninetales, and that does barely anything. So here I kind of find out like the problem with not having Protect on Wish and not having Synthesis is I can't really sit here and sustain against this Ninetales. Like eventually it's gonna win. So I know I have to switch out. So I let it hit me again. I go for the Wish. I know that like I'm not gonna be able to take another one because I'm gonna be too low, but I know it's a problem, but I can't sit here with this Florges all day. Because I'm about to switch out, and then I'm going to come back in on low health. Probably not enough to live, so it's just iffy. So here, yeah, so the Reflector was off, so it did absolutely nothing this battle. Which is funny. So I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into Hydreigon. As it goes for the Flamethrower again, just as I suspected. I kind of figured that this Ninetales would not be able to do anything, and you see how much that does. Like, that's a resisted hit. Man, like that's how bulky, you know, Florges is. It's powerful. So it goes for another Flamethrower here, kind of being annoying. He gets the burn, which doesn't really matter. I'm especially offensive, so I don't really care. I do have U-turn, but yeah. So I go for the Draco, and bye-bye Ninetales. I knew I had an Azumarill on his team, but I just figured he wouldn't be bold enough to go into it. So like I was very much questioning whether I should go for the Earth Power. So here is a very crucial part. I am totally expecting him to go for the U-turn. Like absolutely 100%. And he goes for that Hammer Arm. So that was just a complete misplay on my part. That's pretty much goodbye Aggron. And then I realized that Aggron just isn't going to do anything. It's too slow, and it just won't be able to take any more hits. So I Mega Evolve just for the fun of it. It goes for the Fire Punch, and I find out that it's not Scarfed. I mean, I already knew that, because in the last attack you can tell it. Life Orb damage. Or has it taken Life Orb damage yet? Because Fire Punch, it doesn't actually have Life Orb damage, so. But man, like, that was such a misplay, and it hurt a lot. So I come in with this. It went into this Rotom last time, so I'm expecting him to go for it again. There's not too much I can actually touch this Rotom with. I already knocked off its leftovers, I do believe. So a U-turn into Hydreigon, because I know that it's really the only thing I got to handle this Rotom right now. So I'm expecting him to switch out again, because most Rotoms, you know, usually have like Overheat and Thunderbolt, and I know it can't really touch me. So I was expecting him to switch out, and he didn't, which was quite odd. So he just U-turned into Florges. He goes for another Overheat, and watch this. Like, this is, look, I'm living it, which is just great. So Florges is putting in the work. Just, yeah, you gotta have something to deal with the Florges. Oh man, this thing is just terrible. But and it's not even setup fodder, because you can go for the Calm Mind with it and start, you know, bulking up. So yeah, so new Rotom is gonna go for the Volt Switch. Nothing I could do. So my two walls are now pretty much gone. Like my main walls. Like I got some fairly bulky things. So he brings in Magcargo as I go into Hydreigon. And I just go straight up for the Earth Power here. Nothing, like, I was not expecting the Rotom to come back in, because it doesn't want to eat. Because it doesn't know what I have yet. I've only revealed Draco Meteor, so it didn't know that I had the Earth Power. So obviously I'm locked into Earth Power now, so I can't touch this Rotom. I have to switch out. I know the Volt Switch is coming, but I can't do anything about it. Because I'm pretty sure I outsped it, and it just, yeah. It would have been a good play if I had, like, just stayed and gone for the Earth Power, but I probably would have died. So here it comes in with the Azumarill, and I was kind of questioning this play. Like, are you gonna go? Are you Banded Aqua Jet? And then it goes for the Surf. I'm like, all right. Are you Sap Sipper or Thick Fat? That would make a lot of sense. So I popped my Citrus Berry. I was very confused. Like, I was just expecting this thing to just blow me up. Maybe go for Belly Drum or something. So special Azumarill is pretty cool. So I go for the Volt Switch. I'm kind of wishing I went for the Thunderbolt, because now I have to bring something in to take another Surf. And this Tornadus is not Assault Vest, but like Azumarill doesn't have that great a special attack, so it doesn't do that much to me, even though I'm still not AV. So now I'm sitting in here. I'm in a good position. He brings in the Rotom again. Again, I can't touch this thing. I'm glad I got that Toxic on it earlier to at least wear this thing down, because yeah, Rotom Heat is not very good for this team. So the only thing I can really bring it in is my own Rotom, because it's the only thing that can sponge the hits. And it does a pretty good job of that, but it has Citrus Berry. It's not really, it's getting worn down. So decides to go for another Overheat, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine, I should be able to eat it. And then he gets a crit. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I go for the Thunderbolt here, and I'm hoping that Thunderbolt plus poison damage will be enough to take him out. I get a crit back, which is great, and probably, I think he would have died to poison without the crit, but it would have been very close. And I would have been very upset if he didn't. So, down goes Rotom. So that's one of his bulkier mons. So in comes the Darmanitan. And I would have loved to have been able to live that, but I just didn't have the bulk, unfortunately. So in comes my Tornadus. I go for the Air Slash here, and now I'm just praying for a flinch, and I don't get it. And this thing's gonna blow me up with a Flare Blitz. That is a Life Orb boosted Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan. I'm just like, oh. and it gets the sheer force boost, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is terrible. And then I bring in Hydreigon, and this is where not having a Scarf on it really hurt, because I couldn't outspeed it. And then my last Pokemon's Venomoth, and I was kicking myself, because in the last battle I had with it, I had a Focus Sash, and I got paralyzed. So I wanted to bring a Lumberry this time, and I took the Focus Sash off, and yeah. So I would have been able to, if that would have happened, I would have been able to get the Quiver Dance off, outspeed him, go for a Bug Buzz, that would definitely take him out, and then all he has was the Meganium. And I should have been able to take that out with a Quiver Dance, so yeah. So I was a little mad after I lost this game. I had so many misplays. But it was a creative team. I gotta admit, like, that Darmanitan was just too much for me. But that's how it goes. So this is my first loss that I've put on the channel, so I hope you guys enjoy. I wanted to put a nice close. Like, it was a 2-0, but yeah, Venomoth, if it had the Focus Sash, I would have been fine, but that's how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!